It's coffee time! So my soundproofing got here, and I don't know if I measured incorrectly or if they sent me the wrong ones, but they are gigantic. They're the ones that Jesse suggested that I buy. And he was like, yeah, you should put one here, put one here, put one here. And I was like, cool. So I bought them, and they arrived in 2 giant boxes. And they're just massive. They're super heavy, and they're just huge. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, I don't have places for all of these. And it turned out to be very fortunate because the room that Erin normally does her videos in the new place is super echoey. So she was talking about that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I actually just got all of these soundproofing panels. So if it turns out that I can't find like places where it makes sense to put all of these, then I'm just gonna let her borrow the rest. But I was figuring that it might be helpful, at least for now, to like lean them up against the patio doors, and they might like buffer some sound. But I'm gonna put one right here, and I'm gonna put one against that wall. And other than that, I'm confused of what to do because they're much bigger than I anticipated. So it doesn't make sense to put them on like all the walls. So yeah, so I'm wondering about that. But I'm excited that they're here. I'm very happy. And I bought the microphone, and I bought, oh my gosh, that terrified me. I have my projector on right now. Oh my gosh, my heart like skipped a beat. So my projector's on, and it's attached to my laptop, and the screensaver went on, and I saw the screensaver reflected in the patio doors, and it looked like somebody was outside my window, like flashing something, and I was like, oh my god. It was so scary. But yes, so I got the lights. That was the other thing that I was going to list. So those are all showing up. Oh my gosh. Hopefully that's like the last of my big purchases for a while. But it might not be because I still don't have everything for my apartment. But I'm just kind of like, I have enough to make do. Right? Obviously. Like, I don't need more stuff right now. So like, chill out for a while and get all of this sorted and making sense, and then move on. Moving is expensive, guys. Learned just now. I mean, I've moved a lot, but for the most part, up until now, I've moved with stuff. Like, I've taken stuff with me from place to place, and I did that a bit with this one, but for the most part, a lot of the things I had gotten rid of up to this point, or like, I don't know. Like, there are sentimental things. Like, I kept, when I moved, my parents gave me a coffee table and a side table. And I wanted to keep one of those. So I kept the side table that was in our old house, like, forever. And so that's, like, a sentimental thing. And I have my hope chest. That's another thing that's, like, I'm going to keep that forever. And I brought my bed frame because I had just bought that bed frame. But for the most part, everything else, I was like, oh, I don't really have a lot of stuff in here anymore. And and my desk. I brought my desk too. But yeah, moving here, I was like, dang, this is going to be expensive. But it's fun because I get to turn it into what I want, which is kind of nice. It just means that I'm a little bit broke, and that's okay. That's totally fine. Don't even mind, because I love all the stuff that I've gotten. But yeah, Erin, poor sweet darling Erin, has hurt her neck. I don't know what specifically she did, but I went and hung out with her for a while, and we watched all the anime. We watched the new Attack on Titan, and then we watched, she had only seen 3 episodes of Devils and Realist, which is a ridiculous show, so we watched the rest of those and caught up with that. And then we watched this anime called Puyo Puyo. That's like, if you ever watched Cheese Sweet Home, it's kind of like that. It's like really short episodes that have to do with like a cat and the family that owns the cat, right? And it was so ridiculous and adorable. And Erin was just like, I'm so glad that we watched this. Because it was just so cute. Like, there was nothing to like be sad about. It was just like the story is the story. is about this round cat, this round orange cat, and they like joke about it being a round cat all the time in the show. And it made me laugh because there are things that it highlights that this cat can't do that I'm like, oh, my cat can't do that. I don't understand why my cat is so large. He plays fetch constantly. I play fetch with him all the time when I'm home. He's been on a diet, technically, for a long time now. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Like, he's eating plenty for his size. But like, you know, not any more than that. Just like, Kitty, why are you so big? He's not as big as he could be. I know plenty of much larger cats than him, but I'm still like, oh, I feel like a bad mom that you're like kind of overweight. Huh. But you're so cute. You're so cute. I cut my finger so bad today. It doesn't look that bad. It looks like it does not even matter. Wait, maybe if I hold it back here. Like just this. It looks like a really minor cut, like really small, but it's extremely deep, which sucks. I was measuring this wall for the soundproofing, and I was like, oh man, I hope that I've like thought about this the right way. And so I was like measuring stuff, and what happened is, let me see if I can like display this without accidentally doing it again and then being like, hold on, I'm bleeding everywhere. But like I was doing this up on this wall, right? And then my finger got trapped. I lost, like let go of this side, and it started to like speed back in, and it sliced into my finger. So it was very deep and started just bleeding everywhere. And since this is metal, I got really concerned, and I was like, I'm just going to let it bleed because I want to make sure that it gets whatever's in there out. If there's anything in there, like I'm just going to let it bleed for a minute here. So I'm just like sitting there with my hand like this. This part of my finger is like swollen, and it's just bleeding all over the place. And I was like, all right, okay, just go for it. And after a little bit, I cleaned it up, and it's fine now. Like, it's not a big deal. But like immediately after that is when I drove to see Aaron, and I was like driving like this, and the AC was on because it's been so hot here. The AC was on, and it was like blasting on my hand, and so this finger was like pulsating, and I was just like, it's okay, everything's fine. So dumb. But yeah, so that sucked. I couldn't use this finger for a little bit. But whatever. I've been watching, not watching, but like while I was editing, I'm so excited about the projector being up that I was like, I should put something up on the wall, like playing while I'm editing. So I put up an episode of, it was American Dad on Hulu, because if you follow me on Tumblr, that chat conversation that was like me telling TB something when I was not meaning to tell it to TB, that was because I was watching an episode of American Dad where they were talking about, they were equating like filling out your butt or getting like your adult butt to boobs. You know how like there are always like stereotypical conversations of like, I'm so flat, like I wish that they would grow in, like all this other stuff. They completely like flipped it and had all these boys like so excited to like have their adult butt fill out, and the main kid is the only one who didn't have his butt yet, and so he was trying to pretend by putting like slices of ham in his pants and things. It was so funny. I was just like, this is great. But I accidentally typed like my excitement, like a part that I thought was funny, to TB, and he was like, what? This is awful. But yeah, so I had that up there, and then it wound up automatically switching me to a different show called Quick Draw that's like this weird Western parody show, and I can't decide if I like it yet or not. It's kind of silly, like in a good way, so I guess I'm enjoying it. But yeah, it was so funny. I was like, what is on? I expected it to just play the next episode of American Dad, but it did not. It was like, nope. We're just gonna go ahead and play whatever we want. I was like, okay. That's fine. But, yeah. I'm trying to think if anything else happened today. I don't think so. I think that's pretty much been my day. But, tomorrow we have a Rayman competition happening, apparently. So that's exciting. I've never played the new Rayman. So I'm like, I'm probably going to do very badly at this. Apparently it's like a side game, like one of the mini games inside of Rayman. And I don't know when that's going up. But I was like, oh man, I'm going to lose this. But I love like, I'm not super competitive, but I love competing. Does that make sense? So I was like, all right, let's do this. And of course I get very excited when I win. Any of you who watch Friendzone, every time I'm like really successful at a game, I'm like, yeah! I get so happy. But yeah, anywho, I'm going to go to bed, but I hope that you guys had an amazing day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye!